Economic politics. Unbiased analysis on global events. World news from Birdeye view. O2.
Welcome to Buzz and Rave Show. What's going on, people?
What's happening, folks? How you've been, Rave, my friend?
Couldn't be better.
Is inflation coming down for you, or interest rate? I mean, is your rate of interest in small birds coming down?
Ha ha! Looks like your supply chain is disrupted. Are you making ends meet with rats alone?
Ha ha. Let's try to understand where the world economy stands as we speak.
Central banks around major centers of the world seems ready to cut interest rates. However, feds in U.S. are setting up era of higher for longer. Isn't it because rates in U.S. were too low for too long?
True, but Treasury bond markets were also yielding less for too long.
So are you saying as interest rates started climbing up in 2021, the bond market started yielding more? Therefore, an inverse relationship exists between the two.
That is correct. But the question is, who are the target beneficiaries?
I mean, of course, the one who buys bonds on these rates.
And we know that they're not just local investors. It's also a lever to attract foreign investors or governments.
So geopolitics is also tied to it.
So keeping the inflation down and rewarding foreign governments, I mean nobody forcing them to invest. They are the safest assets.
Yet keeping an adversarial optics running at the same time. Cool. In it.
And, among other news, higher ocean freight rates coming back. And IMF warns new US, EU and China's passion for tariffs could erase 7% of the world GDP.
Really, that seems like a statement that says there can never be a flip side to this statement.
And Russia halts foreign exchange trading amidst further US sanctions.
Yeah, the Russian central bank said it would suspend morning trading on the Moscow exchange's foreign exchange, precious metals and derivatives markets until further notice.
While G7 strike a deal of $50 billion loan to Ukraine.
Elon Musk reached a deal with Tesla's shareholders for restoring his pay package, and X started hiding likes on users' profile.
Thank goodness someone finally started doing this.
At the same time, 8 former engineers at SpaceX filed a lawsuit for alleged sexism charges.
And post-G7 summit, US targets further Russia sanctions against entities in Turkey, UAE and China.
And Apple is in partnership with OpenAI ChatGPT and integrating features in its OS and smart devices.
A news for the Apple stock, I guess, amidst in the news of underpaying female workers in California, allegedly in a lawsuit.
And in response to EU tariffs on EV Chinese automakers, Chinese Perspective affirms that pace of the EV competition can be slowed but not eliminated.
Why? What happened?
Well, after some consideration, EU competitors putting tariffs selectively on Chinese EV manufacturers, therefore the retaliatory tariffs are going to be selective as well. Unlike US, the European Union needs affordable electric cars from abroad to achieve its goals of cutting greenhouse gas emissions by 55% by 2030. At least that's the rationale.
Is it really about cutting greenhouse emission? Well, let's leave that to our audiences.
And to counter further pressures, China has come up with more stringent carbon measurement standards. These standards would apply to 100 key products, according to economic policy document. In the election year, where do you think the politics of economics go from here?
I think the local economics politics would overshadow international economic situation.
I think geopolitics, defense politics, and tech trends are going to converge into an international economics response.
Well, in America, nobody understands or want to understand the meaning of the word international anyways. With that, we'll wrap up and spare the sarcasm this time around until then. Goodbye.